Hi, it's good to see you. I've got a few issues here today in that I'm ready to do the binding, only I have a problem. I'm missing one small piece of binding that's about 17 inches long. I need two little wee tiny pieces to work with this. This is the binding that we took apart in the last episode. However, I have since then come across some other binding that I had. It's not bent yet, and you might be interested in seeing how I do that. And that is this, and I like this better. So I think what we're going to do is bend this to fit the guitar. And the problem I still have is I don't have enough of that wood and I don't have enough of this wood, and they don't quite match. The closest I can come is this little 1/8 inch square piece of ebony. And you'll see what I'm going to do with that in just a moment. So first, what do you say we spin that intro? We are back. Now, what I am going to do is run this through the thickness sander, and I'm going to thin it down so that I can bend it nice and easily, because it's going to go around the top of the guitar. I was going to take this Brazilian rosewood that I have here and cut a slice off here and make all new bindings for the guitar. But when I found this binding, I thought, this is halfway done, and I like this even better. And I have an extra piece of the purfling here, which I can use for the tail wedge. So you're going to get to see all of that in just a minute. So what we're going to do now is we're heading over to the sander, and I will sand that down and get that ready to go. Then I'm going to tape up the binding, and then I'll get out the bender, and I'll show you how we heat it, how we bend it, and then we'll call that a day. And then when that dries or settles out, I'll come and take that all off and we'll be good to go. So it's one of those days that things just didn't work out, and I've got to go to plan B. Plan A turned out not to work. So welcome to my world. By the way, I've been down here for over an hour trying to match wood, and I just don't have enough wood. So let's get on with it. We're heading to the sander. So we are back now with aluminum foil, our tape dispenser, and we've got all these pieces of binding and purfling which we're going to bend. So the first thing I need to do before I do any of this, and before I get to this, I'll just set that there, is I need to tape this together. Okay, I'm back with the heavy equipment, and I mean the heavy equipment. Here we go. Wow, let me tell you, that's really interesting. And it is heavy. Way I know that this cord will reach down in here. We are at 89 degrees. And climbing. We'll run this up to 200 and some odd degrees. We're at 99 degrees. So, are you reading any of the community section? when I finish this video, I'm going to kick right into that and start writing up a new article on the community section, and I write those for you, so I hope you're actually seeing that. And by all means, if you like what you're seeing here and you're learning something, please subscribe and send this on to your friends. Let's get the whole gang involved in this. This is too much fun to just keep to myself. Woo, that's 125 degrees. Well, it certainly is annoying when some days they just don't go the way you expect them to. I had this in the bender. It's been sitting there for 2 hours. I just took it out and it kind of sprung back to its original shape. Not quite, but on its way back. So I decided I would use the big gizmos here and bring this down with these handles to hold it in place. I've got this clamped down nice and tight. I've reheated it. It's now cooling down, and I'm going to leave it this time not for 2 hours but for maybe 4 hours and see how that works. That should be fine. What I'll do next is then get the piece up here. I'll get the guitar down from behind me here, and we'll start cutting the channels, because I'll still be able to bend those into the grooves without any trouble, because it'll all work so well. So that's about it for me for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for hanging in. I'm sorry this didn't come out a little better and a little faster. I totally wanted to get into doing the binding today, the channels around the guitar, but we can do that the next time we get together. So thanks a lot. Don't forget to check out the links down below. There are some links there that you want to check out, and we're going to have another Tea with Monty, so by all means, please send in your questions and I will answer them. So until then, thanks. Bye for now.